In a region perpetually on the brink, a single event can send ripples across continents, reshaping alliances and igniting new conflicts. Today, we delve into one such pivotal moment, the confirmed killing of Houthi Prime Minister Ahmed Nasser al-Rahawi in a targeted Israeli airstrike in Sana'a, Yemen. This isn't just another headline. It's a seismic shift in the complex tapestry of Middle Eastern geopolitics, promising to escalate an already volatile situation. What does this mean for the Houthis, for Yemen, and for the broader struggle for power in the Red Sea and beyond? Join us as we unpack the layers of this critical development, examining its context, its immediate fallout, and the far-reaching implications for global stability. To understand the gravity of al-Rahawi's death, we must first understand the entity he led, the Houthi movement. Officially known as Ansar Allah, or Supporters of God, the Houthis emerged from Yemen's northern Sada province in the 1990s. They are a Zaydi Shia Islamist political and armed movement, primarily drawing support from the Zaydi Shia minority in Yemen. Their initial grievances stemmed from perceived marginalization by the Yemeni government and a desire to preserve their religious and cultural identity against what they saw as encroaching Wahhabism, a conservative Sunni ideology promoted by Saudi Arabia. Their rise to prominence was gradual but relentless, capitalizing on widespread discontent with corruption and economic hardship. The Houthis gained significant popular support. By 2014, they had launched a full-scale rebellion, culminating in their seizure of the capital, Sana'a, in September 2014. This effectively ousted the internationally recognized government and plunged Yemen into a devastating civil war. Today, they maintain de facto control over large swaths of northern Yemen, including Sana'a, and continue to be a formidable force in the country's fractured political landscape. A crucial aspect of the Houthi narrative, and one that often fuels regional tensions, is their alleged connection to Iran. While the extent of direct Iranian control is debated, it is widely accepted that Tehran provides varying degrees of support, including financial aid, weapons, and training. This relationship positions the Houthis as a key player in Iran's broader regional strategy, often described as a proxy war against Saudi Arabia and its allies. Their slogan, "God is the greatest, death to America, death to Israel, a curse upon the Jews, victory to Islam," clearly articulates their anti-Western and anti-Israeli stance, further cementing their role in the wider Middle Eastern geopolitical chessboard. The conflict between the Houthis and Israel, while not new, dramatically intensified in the aftermath of the October 7th attacks. Prior to this, Houthi rhetoric against Israel was largely confined to political statements and occasional, largely ineffective, long-range missile or drone launches. However, the events of October 7th provided a potent catalyst, allowing the Houthis to frame their actions as direct support for the Palestinian cause and a stand against Israeli aggression. Their primary method of engagement has been the targeting of commercial shipping in the vital Red Sea and Gulf of Aden. These waterways are critical arteries for global trade, and the Houthi attacks, often involving anti-ship missiles and drones, have severely disrupted maritime traffic. They claim to target only vessels linked to Israel, but in practice many ships with no clear connection have been hit, forcing major shipping companies to reroute their vessels around the Cape of Good Hope, adding significant time and cost to journeys. This has had a tangible impact on global supply chains and energy prices. Israel's response to these provocations has been increasingly direct and forceful. Initially, Israel, along with its Western allies, focused on defensive measures and diplomatic pressure. However, as Houthi attacks persisted and grew bolder, Israel shifted to a more proactive stance. Starting in May 2025, Israel launched a series of retaliatory airstrikes against Houthi targets within Yemen. These strikes, often conducted with advanced precision weaponry, aimed to degrade Houthi military capabilities, particularly their missile and drone infrastructure, and to deter further attacks on Israeli territory and shipping. These actions marked a significant escalation, bringing Israel directly into the Yemeni conflict and transforming the Red Sea into a new front in the broader regional struggle. Previous incidents, such as the Houthi ballistic missile attack on Ben Gurion Airport in May 2025 and subsequent Israeli strikes on Houthi command centers, had already set a dangerous precedent. The killing of Ahmed al-Rahawi, however, represents a qualitative leap in this escalating conflict, signaling Israel's willingness to target the highest echelons of Houthi leadership. This direct targeting of a prime minister underscores the severity of the threat Israel perceives from the Houthis and its determination to neutralize it, regardless of the potential for further regional destabilization. The strike that claimed the life of Ahmed Ghalib Nasser al-Rahawi, the Houthi Prime Minister, occurred on Thursday, August 28 or 29, 2025, in the Houthi-controlled capital of Sana'a. While specific details regarding the exact method of the strike remain somewhat shrouded in the fog of war, reports indicate it was a precision airstrike likely carried out by Israeli forces. The attack also resulted in the deaths of several other high-ranking Houthi officials, underscoring the targeted nature of the operation. The confirmation of al-Rahawi's death came swiftly from Houthi officials on August 30th and 31st. This public acknowledgement, while confirming a significant loss for the movement, also served to rally their base and condemn what they termed an act of aggression. Ahmed al-Rahawi, as the prime minister of the Houthi-led government, held a crucial administrative and political role within the movement's de facto governing structure. His position was not merely symbolic. He was instrumental in the day-to-day operations and strategic planning of the Houthi administration in Sana'a. His demise leaves a significant void in the Houthi leadership, potentially disrupting their chain of command and decision-making processes. Initial reactions to the strike have been predictably sharp. The Houthis have vowed retaliation, reiterating their commitment to confronting Israel and its allies. While Israel has largely maintained its policy of not commenting on specific operations, the precision and timing of the strike suggest a deliberate and calculated move. Regional players and international bodies are now closely watching for the immediate fallout, as the potential for a retaliatory cycle of violence looms large. The killing of such a high-profile figure is not merely a military success for Israel. It is a profound political statement, one that will undoubtedly reverberate across the Middle East. The assassination of Ahmed al-Rahawi carries profound implications, not just for the Houthi movement but for the entire Middle East. Firstly, within the Houthi leadership, his death creates a significant power vacuum. While the movement has a deep bench of leaders, the loss of a figure in his administrative capacity will undoubtedly lead to internal reshuffling and potentially a period of instability. This could manifest in a struggle for succession or a consolidation of power by other prominent figures, such as Abdul Malik al-Houthi, the movement's supreme leader. The immediate impact on their operational capabilities, particularly their ability to launch sophisticated attacks, remains to be seen, but a temporary disruption is likely. More broadly, this event significantly raises the stakes for regional escalation. The Houthis have already vowed a strong response, and their past actions suggest they are not afraid to retaliate, even against superior military powers. This could mean an increase in missile and drone attacks on Israeli targets, or a renewed focus on disrupting Red Sea shipping. Such actions would almost certainly invite further Israeli retaliation, potentially drawing in other regional actors. The delicate balance of power in the region, already strained by the ongoing conflict in Gaza and the broader Iran-Israel shadow war, could be irrevocably tipped towards a wider confrontation. Furthermore, the already dire humanitarian crisis in Yemen stands to worsen. Years of civil war have left millions on the brink of famine, with limited access to food, water, and medical supplies. Any significant escalation of conflict, particularly one involving external powers, would further disrupt aid flows and exacerbate the suffering of the Yemeni people. The international community, including the United Nations and various aid organizations, has repeatedly warned about the catastrophic consequences of continued conflict, and al-Rahawi's killing only heightens these concerns. The international community's response will be critical. The United States, which has been involved in efforts to de-escalate tensions in the Red Sea, will face renewed pressure to contain the situation. European nations, heavily reliant on Red Sea shipping, will also be keen to see a return to stability. Diplomatic efforts, potentially involving mediation from regional powers like Oman, will be crucial in preventing a full-blown regional conflagration. However, given the deep-seated animosities and conflicting interests, finding common ground for de-escalation will be an immense challenge. This event must also be viewed within the larger context of the Iran-Saudi proxy conflict. The Houthis are a key component of Iran's axis of resistance, and their actions often reflect Tehran's broader strategic objectives. The Israeli strike can be seen as a direct challenge to Iranian influence in the region, potentially prompting a response from Tehran or its other proxies. This intricate web of alliances and rivalries means that an event in Yemen can have ripple effects across the entire Middle East, from Lebanon to Iraq and beyond. The geopolitical landscape is a complex chessboard, and al-Rahawi's death is a move that could trigger a cascade of unforeseen consequences. Looking ahead, several scenarios are possible. The Houthis might launch a significant retaliatory strike, leading to a tit-for-tat escalation. Alternatively, they might opt for a more subdued response, focusing on internal consolidation. Israel, having achieved a significant strategic objective, might choose to de-escalate, or it might continue its targeted strikes to further degrade Houthi capabilities. The coming days and weeks will be crucial in determining the trajectory of this volatile situation, and the world will be watching closely. The killing of Houthi Prime Minister Ahmed Nasser al-Rahawi is more than just a single event. It is a stark reminder of the volatile and interconnected nature of the Middle East. It underscores the ongoing struggle for regional dominance, the devastating human cost of proxy wars, and the ever-present threat of escalation. While the immediate consequences are still unfolding, one thing is clear: this strike will reverberate through the region, shaping the future of the Yemen conflict and the broader geopolitical landscape. As we conclude, it is imperative to recognize that behind every headline and every strategic maneuver are millions of lives impacted by conflict. The humanitarian crisis in Yemen, already one of the worst in the world, stands to suffer further. The Red Sea, a vital artery of global commerce, remains a flashpoint. The delicate balance of power in the Middle East has been further disrupted, and the path forward is fraught with uncertainty. We will continue to monitor this developing situation closely, bringing you the latest analysis and insights. Thank you for joining us as we navigate the complexities of a world in constant flux. Stay informed, stay engaged, and remember that understanding these critical events is the first step towards fostering a more peaceful future.